After Columbia, you worked in the investment management industry. How
Hmm.
did you find that? And obviously, it's quite a stressful environment to be in. How did you
Hmm.
manage the stress?
Right. So there are kind of two chapters in that. One very short one. I started out on the sell side at an investment bank, JP Morgan in New York. I was doing sell side equity research in 1999. And then I moved to both London and the buy side after a year of doing banking. And I think those were really different environments. And the year in New York, working in an investment bank in Manhattan, there wasn't a lot of flexibility in my schedule. Now, it didn't bother me too much at the time. I was young, I was energetic, I was so excited to be there. It was 1999, it was before the crash. It was exciting times, right? But I think I intuited that was a great sprint, but that kind of lifestyle wasn't going to support me for the marathon of life. So when I moved to London, I mean, culturally, it's a bit different anyway. It's a bit more balanced over here. But I really made a commitment to myself and that I was going to, I don't know, do things a bit differently. And in hindsight, I backed my way into what would today be called a health or a mental health regime, right? So I prioritized, I've always been a big walker. I call them, as you said in the intro, my sanity walks. So when I'm stressed or confused or just dysregulated in any way, shape, or form, I pound the pavement. And we're blessed here in London to have the most beautiful parks, I think, in the world. So that was really helpful. My walking, I took up yoga when I arrived in London. That's been a huge part of my life for the last 20 plus years. But basically, if I could boil it down to a few things, I make time for something physical every day, some kind of moving my body and daily, some kind of quieting the mind. Now that can be journaling, that can be meditating, it can be breathing, it can be drawing, anything that just gets us out of where we started with all these strategizing and questions and the kind of addictive thinking that our minds can go to. And some kind of inspiration, kind of feeding myself something that uplifts me. I think we're all so inundated with scary news and heavy news and worries and fears that we need to intentionally focus on things that uplift us. So some kind of gladdening the mind. And for me, whether it's the words of Rilke or Rumi or more contemporary poets like Mary Oliver or David Whyte, that to me is where I go, but something to inspire the mind. So those three things, some kind of movement, some kind of quieting the mind, some kind of inspiration on a daily basis are pretty fundamental to me managing my own health and throw in a healthy dose of therapy with that. So I'm not just a therapist. I've been a client in therapy for years and years. I believe in the merits of it. So that can be a real help as well.